What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here, welcome back to the channel, and welcome to another episode of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue. This week's episode is on everything that is wrong with the structured decks. Yes, so obviously when it comes to the structured decks that come out, there's always going to be one major problem, and over the years, there's been a few that have been like really good, but there have been others that have been just like, man, they're okay. And then there's a few that's like, this structure deck sucks, you know. So there have been well over 20 structure decks since 2005. But of course, too, as you guys are well aware, we've had quite a few starter decks as well, and I will be talking about the starter decks in a future episode. I might do that for next week's episode, but for the structure decks, the structure decks for 2005 were pretty interesting. So we had Dragon's Roar, Zombie Madness, Blaze of Destruction, Fury from the Deep, and Warrior's Triumph. So I'll be showcasing to you guys. So I'm going to show you guys what the Dragon's Roar structure deck looked like. So it was mainly, so it was kind of like in a way it was kind of like a Red Eyes deck, Red Eyes structure deck, so to speak. So you had Red Eyes Darkness Dragon, Red Eyes Black Dragon, Luster Dragon, Twin Headed Behemoth, Arm Dragon level 3 and 5. Red Eyes Black Chick, which I believe they changed it to something else. Black Dragon's Chick, I believe it was called. Element Dragon, Mass Dragon, and those were just the monsters. For the spells, you had Snatch Steal, Mystical Space Typhoon, Nobleman of Crossout, Premature Burial, Swords Revealing Light, Pot of Greed, Heavy Storm, Stamping Destruction, Creature Swap, Reload, Graveyard in the fourth, and then for the trap cards, you had Graveyard in the fourth dimension, Call the Haunted, Ceasefire, Dragon's Bead, Dragon's Rage, Reckless Greed, Interdimensional Matter Transporter, Trap Jammer, and Curse of Anubis, which was kind of like, which was a weird trap card, but just with a deck like this, the only thing that was wrong with it was the fact that the Red Eyes deck was that this structure deck showed no support for Red Eyes, because the only cards that Red Eyes got, you know, in this era was obviously Darkness Dragon, Red Eyes Black Dragon, you know the Chick, and that was it. And then I think later on in the, I think it was a Shonen Jump promo, we ended up getting Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, which we didn't see until season 4 of the GX era. But when you look at, you know, a structure deck in 2005, like, say, Warrior's Triumph, it was an all-warrior deck. It was a warrior beatdown deck, basically. So, the boss monster for the whole deck was obviously Guilford the Legend. If you guys don't know Guilford the Legend, it's an 8-star Earth warrior with 2,600 attack and 2,000 defense. Cannot be normal summon. Hang on, let me... Okay. This card cannot be normal summon. When this card is cannot be special summon. When this card is normal summon, you can equip as many equipped spells from your graveyard as possible to warrior type monsters on your side of the field, including this card. It does not say that you can't do that to this card. So you had Guilford. You had Guilford the Legend. You had Warrior Lady of the Wasteland, Dark Blade, Goblin Attack Force, Gearfree the Iron Knight, Swift Guy the Fierce Knight, Obnoxious Celtic Guardian, Command 9, Marauding Captain, Exile Force, JD Warrior Lady, Matazza the Zapper, Mystic Swordsman level 2 and 4, Ninja Grandmaster Sasuke, Gearfree the Swordmaster, and of course Armed Samurai Benkei. For the spells, you had Divine Sword, Phoenix Blade, Snatch Steel, Mystical Space Typhoon, Giant Trinade, Lightning Blade, Heavy Storm, Reinforcement Army, the Warrior Returning Alive, Fusion Sword, Murasame Blade, Wicked Breaking Flamberg Bow, Fairy of the Spring, Reload, Lightning Vortex, Swords of Concealing Light, Release Restraint, and then for the traps you had Call the Haunted, Magic General, Royal Decree, and Blast with Chain. There were quite a few equip spells here. The only downside to it, again, was the fact that the structure deck from what I remember back in the day, the Warrior Beatdown deck, this one in particular, didn't really do a whole lot. In fact, I think when people got three of these structure decks, they would do 2 Guilford the Legend, 3 Warrior Lady of the Wasteland, 3 Gearfried, 1 Swift Gaia, 3 Celtic Guardian, 3 Exile Force, and they would also even do Snatch Steal, MST. They will also add in cards like Pot of Green and whatnot, and they didn't even add Gearfried the Swordmaster, which Swordmaster was a pretty interesting card because I think with its ability you were able to destroy a monster on the field. I think, but those are just some of the different structure decks that you could get from 2005. But from 2006 you had Spellcasters Judgment, Invisible Fortress, Lord of the Storm, and Dinosaur's Rage. For Spellcaster's Judgment, it was mainly, I believe it was a Dark Spellcaster deck. So you had Dark Eradicator, Warlock, which apparently people weren't even running this card because its effect was just weird. But its effect says this card cannot be normal summon or set. This card cannot be special summon except by attributing a Dark Magician on your side of the field. Yeah, so the cost was to have Dark Magician on the field, tribute it, and then summon this card. While this card is face up on the field, inflict 1,000 points of damage to your opponent's life points each time either player activates a normal spell. And the funny thing is that with this one, you're running quite a few normal spells. You had cards. I think Magical Blast was one of them. You had Swords of Villain Light, Heavy Storm. You had Dark Magic Attack, Lightning Vortex. I think Mystic Box was one of them. There were quite a few normal spells, but this deck did nothing. This structure deck did nothing to the meta in 2006 because 2006 was obviously the year of Monarch format, which Monarchs did extensively well. In fact, if I remember right, what was the Monarch format? What was the deck? I think it was like 3 Mobius, 3 Zaborg, 2 Ryza, 2 Thestalos, 1 Grandmarg, and a bunch of like Go format cards, and that was your deck. That was your deck back in the day. That was the deck. Obviously too. Some people would do like 2 of everything, or like 3 of Zaborg and Mobius, and then the one of like the rest of the monarchs or something like that. You could people would mix and match, and that would be like their personal deck. But with this one you were running cards like Mythical Beast, Cerberus, Dark Magician, Gemini Elf, Skill Dark Magician to obviously summon Dark Magician from the hand or deck. Breaker was a really good one. Tsukiyomi was a cool one. White Magician Pikaru, Eben Magician Kuran, Magician of Faith, Apprentice Magician, Nobleman Across Premature, Mage Power, Reload, Spell Absorption, Divine Wrath, which was an interesting one. But yeah, the deck did nothing honestly. But obviously, you had like Lord of the Sword, which I think that was a Monarch structure deck if I remember right, wasn't it? Was it in Monarchs? No, it was not. No, it was not. No, it was a it was I guess kind of like a Harpy deck. It was a Windwing Beast structure deck. So with this one, you would have cards like some more Bird of Divinity, Sonic Duck, which I think that gave you oh no, oh wait, no, I'm thinking Sonic Bird. Sonic Duck did nothing. You had Harpy Girl, you had Harpy Lady Sisters. Pretty much most of the Harpy cards that were used back in the day. So you had Harpy Girl, Harpy Lady Sisters, Harpy Lady 1, 2, and 3. You had Blade Fly, Birdface, Sylphid. But again, this deck again, a lot of these structure decks back in the day did nothing to the meta. So when you look into something like, say, 2007, there were only two structure decks that we got. We had Machine Revolt and Rise of the Dragon Lords, and the Revolt and the Machine Revolt structure was basically an Ancient Gear deck, which Ancient Gears, they did really good back in the day from what I remember. And this was what, 2007, 2008. Yeah, they did really well. And it's funny because we didn't get any of these Ancient Gear cards until what, the Lost Millennium, which was in 2005-ish, somewhere in there, 2005. So these were all reprints. So you had Ancient Gear, Cattletron Dragon, Ancient Gear Cattletron Chimera, Ancient Gear Engineer. You had Gear Golem, the Moving Fortress, Heavy Mech Support Platform. You had Ancient Gear Golem, Beast Soldier. You had Ancient Gear Cannon, Workshop Tank, Explosive. You had Ancient Gear Fist, Factory Drill, Castle. So many so many different Ancient Gears that when you get three of them, you could do three Dragon, one, two Chimera, three Golems, and a bunch of other a bunch of some of these other cards. That would be your deck. Would it be competitive? It would be up to it would be up to how you build it. And then of course too, Rise of the Dragon Lords. It was an interesting structure deck because this was this was similar to that Red Eyes structure, to that first structure that I mentioned earlier in the video. Felgrind Dragon, Dark Blaze Dragon, Decoy Dragon, Kaiser Seahorse, Snipe Hunter. Sorry about that, guys. Horus the Black Flame Dragon level 6, which I don't even know why you would want to run that card. I don't even know why they added Horus the Black Flame Dragon level 6 in here. Because in order to summon him, you would need Horus the Black Flame Dragon level 4 to summon it. Which made no sense at all. You had Guilford the Lightning, Spear Creedon, Herald of Creation, which I think that was the ritual spell for that, wasn't the ritual monster, wasn't it? I think so. I think so. You even also had Tyrant Dragon, which was kind of like a Jinzo, or no, I guess a yeah. Wait, was it? Yeah, kind of like a Jinzo, where it was where your opponent wouldn't be able to activate traps. And then of course you go into 2008, you had the Dark Emperor structure, which I think that was the Monarch structure deck. Yeah. Wait, was it? Yes. So this was the Dark Monarch structure deck where you had cards like Kaius the Shadow Monarch, Dimensional Alchemist. You had Helios the Primordial Sun, DD Warrior Lady, Scout Plane, DD Survivor, which was an excellent card. Where you would be able to just banish your opponent's monsters. Even Warrior Lady did the exact same thing. You had Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer, which was an excellent disruption, because it's basically a call by the grave with legs, if you will. And then, of course, you move on, into some of the older, into some of the earlier years of Yu-Gi-Oh. You go into 2009. You have Spellcasters Command, Warrior Strike, 2010 you had Machina Mayhem, which I think that was the first structure deck that they got. You had the structure deck Merrick, which gave us cards that we did not even get in any set at all. You know, so it was a mix of the cards that he used in the anime and the Gravekeeper archetype. So with the Gravekeepers, you have Spy, Curse, Guard, Spear Soldier, Chief, Cannon Holder, Assailant, Commandant, which I think that was basically the terraforming for the deck, get you into, get you a Necro Valley just right off the bat. You had Visionary, you had Descendant, you had what else? Again, Necro Valley. And then for the cards that he used in the anime, you had cards like Gilgarth, Legendary Fiend, New Doria, Dark Geroid, Lava Golem, Dralago, Boganian, Acid Trap Hole, Mirror Force, Dark Illusion, which was a really cool counter trap. Again, there were cards that were never printed. That's what that's what the structure decks are about. You're getting cards that we never got to see in print. And then of course in 2011 you had Dragoon Legion, Lost Sanctuary, which I think that was the Counter Fury structure deck, if I remember right. I think it was the Fury. Oh, it was the Agent deck. That's right. I remember this was the Ancient deck, the Agent deck. So you had pretty much all of them. You had Earth, Jupiter, Saturn, Mercury, Venus, Mars, and then Master Hyperion. I think we got Uranus later on in the TCG. I don't remember where, but but we also had Marshmallow, which was a pretty funny flex. Hanawada, Honest, an excellent reprint. Also Terraforming, Smashing Ground, Sanctuary in the Sky, and then of course too we had the Gates of the Underworld, which was obviously the Dark World structure deck, which was the structure that gave us Grapha Dragonlord Dark World, which would be able to pop a card, any card that your opponent controls, when it's sent to the grave by a card effect. And then in 2012, we had the Sea Emperor structure deck, the Six Samurai structure deck, just to name a couple. And then of course 2013 we had the Blue Eyes structure deck, which was an interesting deck, because I think that gave us Maiden with Eyes of Blue. That was I believe, yeah. It gave us, Maiden with Eyes of Blue, which I think that was the only tuner of the whole thing. Oh, and also the Whitestone Legend as well. But again, cards with this one, it was cards that you would normally see Kaiba use. So obviously Silver's Cry, Dragon Shrine, which was basically a double Fulge Burial where you could just pitch a normal dragon, and if it is a normal dragon, you just pitch another dragon from your deck to the grave. You had Dragonic Tactics, Monster Reborn, one for one, Soul Exchange. Just, again, cards that you would normally see Kaiba use. Including Soul Exchange, Fiendish Chain. That's something. That'd be a card that you would normally see Kaiba use. But when you go into in 2014, you had the Gear Gia, the Cyber Dragon structure, which gave us which was the first one. Which was the structure that gave us Cyber Dragon Core and Cyber Dragon Nova, in which Core is an excellent card. Excellent card. One of your combo starters, actually, which is really cool. 2015, you had Master of Pendulum, Triff Gaming. We all know. Synchron Extreme. I believe this was the one that gave us Stardust Warrior. Remember right? Yes, this was the one that gave us. Yeah, they gave us Stardust Warrior. There were a lot of Synchron cards in the structure. Yeah, Jet Synchron, Junk Synchron, Quick Draw Synchron, Drill, Turbo, Unknown, Floor, Synchron Explorer. Just so many different tuners. You also had White Dragon, Wyver Buster, Black Dragon, Collapse Serpent. It was crazy. And Jet Synchron, and this was the set that the deck that gave us Jet Synchron, which Nowadays, it's banned. But obviously, we all know why. And then, of course, the Hero Strike, which gave us the Masked Hero, which gave us some of the Masked Heroes, and even a Contrast Hero known as Contrast Hero Chaos, which I don't remember what that one did. I don't remember, but it even also got us Shadow Mist, which would give you instant access to Mass Change. But yeah, so this gave us Elemental Hero Great Tornado, Master of Divine Wind, which forces your opponent to only attack with one monster, and if Divine Wind destroys your opponent's monster by battle sentence to the grave, you can actually draw one card. And then Contrast Hero Chaos, I don't remember what this one did. What does this one do? Let's see. While face up on the field, this card is also a light attribute. Once per turn during interplayer's turn, you can target a face up card on the field, negate that target's effects until the end of the turn. Okay, so it was basically a negate. It was basically a disruption on board. So it's not too bad. And then in 2016, you had the Emperor of Darkness, True Dragon. So I think the True Draco structure deck, and then of course the Kaiba and Yugi structure decks. And then we go into the last few years. You had the Cybers Link structure deck, Pendulum Domination for 2017, 2018. We had the Zombie Horde structure deck, Layer of Darkness. 2019, we had the Soul Burner structure deck, which gave us a common Ash Blossom. Order of the Spellcasters. I think that was the Pendulum structure deck, if I remember right. Rocket Revolt. I believe Rockets. And then last year, they were kind of interesting. We had Mechanized Madness, which I think that was the Machine deck. I think Ancient Gears, if I remember right. What was it? Ancient Gears? No, Machinas. So this was the second Machina structure deck that we got. And of course, the Shaddoll structure deck, Spirit Charmers, which that didn't even do anything to the meta. Sacred Beasts, and now we're getting Freezing Chains, which is obviously the what you call it? Ice Barrier, and we're also getting the Cyber Darks as well. So I mean, here's the thing. My theory is that my thoughts on a lot of these structure decks. A lot of these did absolutely nothing to the meta. Like when you look at the Spirit Charmer at the Spirit Charmer structure. Yes, it is true that we got cards, like Asta the Earth Charmer, Area, Hita, Wind, some of the Awakening of the Possessed, but we're also getting cards as well that did absolutely nothing to the meta. Like obviously Witchcraft Golem, Aruru, and then of course, and spells that didn't even do anything, like Spellbook of Knowledge, I mean, but one thing that I found funny about some of these newer structure decks is that in the OCG they get reprints of cards like Evenly Match and Infinite Impermanence, where in the TCG we get something completely stupid, like a like a card that like cards that do absolutely nothing. So if there was a way to fix these structure decks, make it so you make sure. I would probably how would I would just put cards that actually make sense, like they did with Soul, with the Soul Burner structure deck, where they gave us a common Ash Blossom. Can you guys believe that? A common Ash Blossom in Joyous Spring. Really, it's a common. But the funny thing is that one common card literally pays for the structure deck itself, which is absolutely nuts. Which is absolutely incredible. Which is absolutely crazy. So, out of all of these structure decks, what do you think the problem is? The problem is that they're adding cards. Is that Konami is adding cards into these structure decks that don't make any sense. Obviously, and if you guys are wondering where I'm getting this from, there's a website here called Yu-Gi-Oh Cardguide.com, and big shout outs to them. You can actually go to structure decks and then just look at all the ones that were released. You can click on it, and you can look at the card list, and you'll be able to understand why some of these didn't work out so well. So obviously, Gates, the Dark World Structure Deck did absolutely amazing, where you would be able to add pretty much a lot of those cards, and add cards, like Battle Fader, and whatnot. But you will also add as well, because that it wasn't in the structure deck, you could also add cards like drag down into the grave, where both you and your opponent discard a card from each other's hands to the grave, and then you'd be able to draw a card. You would be able to play this deck if you were to pick up 3 of these. If you were able to pick up 3 of these structure decks and add a bunch of like the newer a bunch of the newer cards that we have now that would support this archetype, it'd be broken. It would be absolutely broken. But my thoughts on it. I think if there was a way for Konami to fix the problem, put cards in that actually make sense, because if they can, because eventually eventually there's going to be structure decks that won't be playable in today's meta, if that makes sense. But guys, that is going to do it for this video. I will be talking a little bit more about this and talking about the starter decks in a future episode. I may end up doing that for next week's episode. But that is going to do it for this video. Question of the day: what is your favorite structure deck of the last decade? So it could be from 2020 up until 20, or you know what? Better yet, no. What is your all-time favorite structure deck from any year? It could be from any year. My personal favorite, I think personally, would have to be the Gates of the Underworld structure deck. Again, just because I played Dark World myself. I may end up having to, if I can find 3 of these, I might be able to build it. I don't know. I'm still kind of skeptical about. I'm still skeptical about it, because the structure deck, because the cards in here are really good, but I may end up. I don't know. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I might be able to find it on eBay or something, but I think they're like well over like $40 or something just for one. But guys, that is going to do it for this video. Again, question of the day: what is your all-time favorite structure deck from any year? Let me know in the comments below. And that is going to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button if you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue, which gets posted every Friday. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you guys do not miss out on any new content that comes your way. And be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. All the links will be down in the description. And if you guys have any fan mail that you want to send me and want me to open up on the channel, my address will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.